Welcome back to Will It Shoe, the show where we make shoes out of stuff, and today we are going to be looking at this. I don't actually know what this is called, but we'll have all seen one. You know, they were ubiquitous with childhoods from the 90s and apparently before. Trying to do some research for this was very hard. There is not a lot of information online about the sort of origins of the city road layout playmat, but we did find a very interesting, or at least interesting to me, Reddit thread from somebody else who was trying to find out the same information. And thanks to user Nientedanada, we've found some really cool facts about where this might have begun. The oldest record they could find was in 1951 for a ladies' home journal, where they essentially found a do-it-yourself kit for felting together one of these for a children's playroom. Yeah, that seems to be the earliest example, and then since then everyone's been doing them, everyone's been making them. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. They seem to be a core part of a lot of people's childhood memories. But yeah, let me know, did you have one of these as a kid? Do you still have one in your room? Now, material-wise, we are 100% polyamide. I mean, you know, these are going to be hard wearing if it's designed for kids' use and play and stuff. It is backed like a carpet with like a kind of woven fabric on. So it'd be very interesting to see if we don't need to use any sort of additional backing materials as the shoes go through the process. But beyond that, I think the hardest part of this is going to be choosing which part of the mat gets to go on the shoe. I love the little drive-in sign, that's fun. I think that's all I have to say on the rug. Let's get it off the factory. Let's see what comes back. I'm quite excited for this one. I think this should be fun. It feels very different to any sort of material we've actually put through the past, even different to the carpet and everything. So yeah, let's see what comes back.
To też trzeba nalamować śrub, albo w ogóle bez waszego
let's see what we've got. Oh, hang on. Love it. Love it. They are so, so good. These have absolutely no right being as good as they are. I bloody love them. Yeah, cinema bit. I think that's my favorite. I'm so glad that's on there. I love that. I did get to see a little bit of these being made, but I'd never noticed they did this. They've used like the white lines down the middle of the road as the heel reinforcement. That's genius. I always talk about how I'm impressed with the skill in the workshop. I just love people making things. I love people who are talented at stuff. And they always just seem to make exceptional stuff. But I don't think I give them enough credit for the creativity they have in there either. They're always just finding like interesting little ways to work the fabric into the shoe. And they really don't need to. Like, I think I've mentioned before, these are massive inconveniences to the workshop. Like, they'd rather be making their nice shoes that we actually sell to customers. And where they're like, all right, mate, can you make this out of a playmat? And they do it. And they do it to a level that they just don't need to. I love that. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna take a moment to thank everyone in the workshop for putting up with this idea. I know it's annoying, I know it's frustrating, but it's so much fun, and I love the results that come out of it, and I love that we get to share it with you. So leave them a little comment. Thanks to everyone in the workshop. I'd love to see that, and I'll show it to them. Hopefully that'll put us in good stead to start sending some more stuff down and make some more episodes. Who knows? So this material, I think, is one of the very few that hasn't been backed onto either like a cotton or another leather before we start making the shoe. I'm sure people have had an issue with that in the past, that we just put materials on other materials, but that's how you make shoes. If you've got a problem with that, this had such like a strong backing that it's just gone in as it was. Obviously, we've still lined it with our usual lining leather just to make it a little more comfortable to wear. They really do try to make these a finished wearable shoe. I love the strength and the structure of the material. It doesn't feel like it's gonna go if you're just like popping your heel in and out like some of the other materials we've used. I think the decision to do it as a high top is great. The more material, the better. I'd have loved to see these as a big boot as well, but I think I prefer the high top. I think that was a great shout. I've just noticed that the sort of like, I don't know what this is called. I should really learn about shoes. The bit that covers the lace, the sort of like guide that your laces go through at the top, that here is coming away. So that might need revisiting. That might need a slightly alternative way of doing that. But that doesn't knock my confidence for how the rest of the shoe's gonna hold up, where all of that backing is sort of sealed in with stitching. I think this might actually be the sort of perfect Willet shoe material for me. It's ridiculous enough that you should never ever make shoes out of it. This shouldn't exist. But it's also turns out to be really, really good for making shoes. Considering that the sole purpose of a Play Village mat is to be played on, you'd think it would be pretty durable. So that gives me a lot of confidence in the durability of this material. I think these would last forever. So I absolutely love these, but I want to know what you think, because I am the opinion of but one man. I think these are ridiculously fun. I honestly think that people would love these out and about as well. Obviously, you're going to get a few comments, you're going to get a few little snarky remarks, but we dress for ourselves, not for other people. And if you wanted to wear these, you can wear them. So let us know. Would you wear them? So do drop us a comment, give us your honest feedback. We are not easily offended. I'm genuinely curious to hear what you all think. What's your favourite bit as well? Petrol station, a little churchyard, got the cinema, police station. My favourite part is definitely the white lines on the road being used for the heel. That's just too good. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more shoes heading into the workshop made out of all sorts of ridiculous stuff, and there's some that I am really excited about and others that I have absolutely no hope for. So hit subscribe, follow along with that. Please do drop us a like on this video if you've got a second, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.